found love, for real love. Let this be the real thing. Tell me now, what's on your mind? Whisper soft to me that you want me. There's magic in your fingertips, it's magic when we kiss. I can be myself with you, kiss me now, I insist. Make me yours, just take me now, I'm helpless to resist. Got me so invested in this thing, it's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. I can't help that it is more than just a fling. Now I know that it's the real thing, the real thing. Take your time, I'm on a high, high. My body yearns for you to touch me. No, there's magic in your fingertips, it's magic when we kiss. I can be myself with you, kiss me now, I insist. Make me yours, just take me now, I'm helpless to resist. Got me so invested in this thing, it's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. I can't help that it is more than just a fling. Now I know that it's the real thing, the real thing.
Hi everybody, I hope you're doing great today. Thank you so much for joining me. My apologies for being late. I was trying to make sure I had the images ready for you guys that I want to discuss and go over, and I didn't want to halfway do it. So thank you so much for your patience and welcome to Bella's Corner, where the truth is delivered with love. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's go ahead and get started. So I want you guys to definitely answer the question in the chat that's pinned to the top if you see it. And the question is, do situationships work in long term? Hi, it's Party Line. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. And thank you for the continuous blessings and good words that you give me and my family. Blessings to you and your family. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're doing great. I'm so happy to be on live. I've missed you guys. I've actually tried to make sure I set everything up. It's definitely been a journey in terms of setting up my streaming software and all of the things that have to do with it, like pop-up chat and all that stuff. So I was working really hard to make sure you guys have quality content. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me again, Party Line. See, look, I got pop-up chat now, y'all. But yeah, Party Line, do situationships work in long term or not? Let me know what you think, and we're going to get started very soon. Shout out to everyone who's here. Shout out to everyone who's ghost watching. Shout out to everyone who's catching the replay. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I don't want to belabor the time. I know it's Friday. I'm pretty sure y'all got some happy and fun things to do today. So yeah. All right. So firstly, yeah, exactly. No, exactly. So first I wanted to put the definition of situationship up here, and let me know if you're having a hard time seeing that or not. But according to Urban Dictionary, situationship is or means less than a relationship but more than a booty call. A situationship refers to a romantic relationship that is and will remain undefined. I'm going to say it again. Less than a relationship. So not a relationship, but more than a booty call. So you're not, bed buddies. A situationship refers to a romantic relationship but will remain undefined, as in no label, no boyfriend and girlfriend label, obviously, no essentially like ownership. I hate to say ownership, but you guys, I'm pretty sure you're following me. Like no sense of ownership, like he's my so-and-so and she's my so-and-so. None of that exists within this relationship. And because, again, it is undefined. Let me exit this out. Okay. Got my phone on the side. So, yeah. So that's what a situationship is, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let me go ahead and lift it up then. I couldn't figure out the how to add the background to it. Again, I'm still kind of getting used to this software. Maybe I'll just put it at the top. Can you see it better at the top? Where my little puffs are at? Maybe a little bit better. Maybe it's a little bit better up there instead. It's Party Lime said, it's how you end up 7 years in a relationship with nothing to show for it. Exactly. Ladies, I urge you, before I get started into the content that we really have, is I urge you not to stay in any form of situationship or quote unquote relationship that you are unsure of where it's going and what you are doing. A real man and a man who's dating or out here with intentions, he is going to make it clear. And even if he's not necessarily interested in you, he may end up leading you on if you allow yourself to continue to give yourself to him without a form of commitment. Without commitment. I urge you not to involve yourself with that, because again, as Party Lime said, that's how you end up 7 years from now, and you have in a relationship and you have nothing to show for. You have no ring. Hopefully you don't have any children. Please do not have children with these men who you are in situationships if you cannot confirm a commitment, preferably marriage, ladies. Okay, in my opinion, it does not take a man 7 years to figure out if you're his wife or not. Okay, to pop the question. Now granted, I understand that sometimes it does, like, women do get the proposal in year 7 for different reasons, but I'm a firm believer it's because he maybe was waiting for those red flags to clear. Oh, let me show y'all. Hold on now. I'm trying to step up my game for y'all, okay? So look what I got. A red flag. So maybe he saw some red flags or some pink flags that he wanted to clear out before he popped the question. You know what I'm saying? So I recommend for you to click back to my red flags video to see if maybe there are some situations that you're in or things that you're doing that may have reared a red flag and that may be holding off your engagement. Okay? So again, do not be that girl who's in a relationship for 7 years and has nothing to show for it. Okay? Okay. Hi, Smoke and Talk. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll try to make sure I head over to your side tonight in terms of your live stream. So thank you so much for joining me. It is an honor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're talking about situationships. So again, ladies, you do not want to be in a situationship. Let me say this. I was in, and I'm going to be, open with you guys. I was in what I define as a quote unquote situationship before meeting my husband. Now, thankfully, it wasn't for a very long time because I did want a relationship. And I thought that this individual would basically get some act right and see me as as the best choice or as the better choice. And at the end of the day, that's not where you want to be, ladies, because you could basically end up losing yourself in that situation, losing yourself in that relationship, because you're essentially trying to prove to this individual that, again, they should choose you. You should not be in that situation. A man will see your value, and if he is, again, dating with intentions, he will lock you down. It did not take my husband but a second to lock me down. You hear me? And again, and if you didn't watch my very, very first live on here, me and my husband met on Tinder. I was on Tinder for a week and a half. I literally just wanted to go on dates. I did kind of like the modern woman thing. Like, I just want to get cute and get some free food. I did. But I was also open to just meeting possibly my companion. I wasn't sleeping with these men either. I did go on about 4 or 5 quote unquote dates. And then I met my husband, and he snatched me off of the market. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Brianna. Hey, honey love. Hi, Chantel. We got a big content creator in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me, sis. Thank you, and welcome. Okay, so again, I was in a situationship. Thankfully, it was only for like a few months. But at the end of the day, I've always been marriage minded, and I understand, and I'm gonna try not to get off of like on a huge tangent, but I understand that women who are marriage minded and who want to be wives, they do tend to end up, well, it's possible to end up in situationships or in situationships, because you essentially like this person, and this person is showing you attention and it seems promising. But at the end of the day, ladies, do not be fooled by the words outside of him wanting to commit to you. Okay, if he is not committing to you, he does not see himself with you long term, at least not right now. Okay, because sometimes also a man does see your worth and see that you're wife material, but maybe he wants to play around first before he settles down. And that was my situation that I was in prior to meeting my husband. Again, thankfully it was only a few months, but this man basically asked me like, oh, in 3 years, if you're down for it, basically let's like come back together, I guess, and like be serious. I don't even know, like it was such a vague statement, and in that moment I was like, okay, but like I woke up quick, fast, and in a hurry. I snapped out of the trance that I was in and realized, like, hold on, I want to be a wife, I want children, and I want that sooner than later. I was like 21, 22 years old. Okay, so do not end up in a situation like that. Because if you end up in constant and continued situations like that, that'll rack up your body count, that'll rack up your usage, that'll rack up your experience, and at the end of the day, you do not want any of that baggage up under your belt, especially if it turns from months into years. And again, as Party Line mentioned earlier in the chat, that's how you end up 7 years in a relationship with nothing to show for it, and except maybe a baby, and you don't want that. Okay, so do not do it. And also, do not continue to break your heart like that. Do not allow a man to continue to break your heart like that as well. If you see that this man has other women on his line, he's not hiding it, but you're still going along to get along, let it go. If you know, honey, if you know that you want a relationship, if you know that you want a husband and children, a family, do not waste your time. There are men out here who want relationships sooner rather than later. I'm not saying he's going to pop the question next week, but he's going to lock you down when he sees your value. Again, as my husband saw mine when we met. First date, that was it. It's been he and I ever since. Okay? All right. So again, this definition of a situationship, according to Urban Dictionary, less than a relationship, but more than a booty call. A situationship refers to a romantic relationship that is and will remain undefined. Because guess what? That man determines if y'all are in a relationship or not. You cannot force a man to be in a relationship or not. You cannot convince a man to be in a relationship with you or not. Okay? Please understand me. I know I've got some guys in the chat, so please let me know if I'm speaking the truth or not. We hold the key to the cookie, and the man holds key to the relationship and marriage. The man is the catalyst to the relationship. If he is not making it clear what ship y'all are on, exit. Exit. You hear me? Do not waste your time. I do not care how old you are. I do not care how young you are. I do not care how old you are. Do not do it. Chantel says facts. I was in one a few years ago that lasted a year. Someone told me a year can turn into 10 years fast, and I dipped. Exactly, ladies. Come on. I urge you. Like, I'm like on like hand and knees. It's a red flag, y'all, if it is not clear what ship you're on. Do not be afraid of being single. Listen, ladies, and I'm going to move on to what I want to show you guys shortly. I promise you. Do not be afraid of being single. Being single, again, we are marriage minded over here. Okay. So being single is a time for you to increase your femininity. You want to become more receptive to criticism, more receptive to just loving you. Okay. I know people love to say self-care this, self-care that, but it's true. Figure out how to make your skin look better. Figure out how to do your hair better. Go natural or something. Lose some weight. Eat better food. If you're religious, read your spiritual book. Get closer to God. Go on some walks. And you can increase your femininity in these various ways that'll make you even more valuable as a woman. But while you're doing those things, don't start racking up bodies. Okay? So don't be afraid of being single. If you realize you're in a situationship, cut it off. Cut it off. It ain't nothing to cut that dude off. Snip, snip. Snip, snip, snip. Forget him. Block him, ignore him. Do not allow him on your line, because a situationship will lead you to nothing but destruction and time wasted. And time for us ladies is super precious, because we get older. Men get better. Men get better with time. Men typically start to look better. They start to gain a little weight, maybe salt and pepper eventually, depending on how old they are. Their money starts looking better typically. We just get older. We get more wrinkly. We get more droopy. Sometimes we gain weight. Our hair thins. You have to be honest. Okay? So do not waste your time in situationships for a dude because you think he's all cute. No. Because when he finds a woman, when he's ready and when he finds a woman who he actually likes, he's going to dip out on you. Do not believe all of these these exceptions. I mean, because I know these stories existed, but don't believe all of these like onesies and twosie stories where, oh yeah, we were in a situationship and then eventually he just kind of realized a few years later that he wanted to be with me. No. It's best to be the one who got away, because trust me, I'm the one who got away from a few. And do I care? Nope. And neither should you, because I am married to a man who saw my worth and snatched me up quickly, and who has not dropped the ball. Do not allow these men to continue to drop the ball. Do not allow these men to continue to fumble your heart and break your heart day in and day out, because you're wondering, is he gonna get me a relationship or not? No. Let it go, sis. Let it go. Moving with intention is key. It's the key to not wasting time. Exactly. Let these men know that you're dating with intentions. Especially if you're like in your like mid or something 20s, baby, and you want to have children. Come on, we have to be aware of our fertile window. So again, I urge you ladies, do not be in situationships, because a 1 year can turn into 10, just like Chantel was warned. And you do not want to be that girl. Okay? Hi, family values. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. I'm going to have to get some type of like a welcome or something. You know what? I know what I'm going to add. It's in my brain. Hopefully I remember it. But welcome. We're talking about situationships. We're talking about breakups. We're talking about exes over here. Okay? So, let's get into it. So I have something I want to show y'all. And I want to make sure I put these up here in the right order. Okay. So let me preface this. Y'all can read it if you want. But let me preface this. So, ladies do reach out to me, especially when I started basically posting femininity and relationship content on my Instagram here and there, like on my stories. Women have noticed that and everything. And so I do have women who reach out to me just asking for my opinion. I don't necessarily like to give like quote unquote advice, but just reaching out to just get my insight in what I'm thinking. So this young lady did reach out to me, and she was just like, girl, like, please tell me what you think about this. So let's read this. She opens up. She comes out of the gate, ladies and gentlemen. I love this man, but we've been long distance for a long time, and let me know if you guys are having a hard time seeing this. He's been with other women. In turn, I've entertained other men. We got to the point where we decided we aren't in a relationship, situationship, due to him developing emotional connections with other women. I struggle with accepting that from other men who claims he loves me. But as I said, and no excuse for him, we've been in a long distance, which puts our relationship at a disadvantage. Recently, we both came to terms that we don't need to be in a relationship. But I end up feeling like I need to carry myself like he is my man. I understand. I've been through that before. And let me pause. I'm going to finish the sentence, but let me pause because I said I've been there before. Like, he's my man, although he is not. And he's never carried himself as such. First of all, let me... No. I had a boyfriend in college. I was with him for about a total of 3 years. So pretty much darn near my first 3 years of college. As far as I understood, he was my boyfriend, but it comes to find out, like, he didn't treat me as his girlfriend. Like, I literally barely saw him, and we literally lived like barely a building away from each other, because we had like boy dorms and women dorms and male dorms. Like, we had a couple of co-ed dorms, but neither of us lived in the co-ed dorms. And so he barely came to see me. He had a car. He didn't take me out. I had to beg him to spend time with me. And even when he quote unquote wanted to take a break, I even was still carrying myself as if he was my boyfriend, although I knew that he wasn't treating me how I should have been. Red flag. This young lady said that even when they decided they didn't need to be in a relationship, she ended up feeling like she had to carry herself like he was her man, although he was not. And she said he never carried himself as such. Whew. So the thing is, she noticed this, but she stuck around because maybe she saw the potential. Oh, he's a good man. Oh, I think he'll be a good father. Oh, he's so fine. Oh, he put it down so good. Oh, he claimed he want to do this, but he say he wants to do that stuff with you. That's the question, mama. Come on, wives. A man is going to make it clear if you are in his future plans or not. Do not let a man BS you, because yes, men can be some silver tongues, I tell you. But you have to read between the lines. Please hear me good. Hi, Bria. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome. Family Values said, oh, hold on, let me exit this out real quick. She said, when she said he's been dealing with other men, she might as well let it go. He will never see her the same. Ladies, take heed. That's game. When a man knows that y'all are supposed to be together, or maybe y'all are on a break, if he knows that you've been with other men, he sees your value as going down, 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 down. Understand, ladies, that yes, most women, most people, but most women are likely not virgins, okay? Men know that. But at the end of the day, they still want to see you as a pure, chastened, kept woman. It is appropriate for you to keep that image. I'm not saying you have to lie or tip and dip. But men do tend, especially if they're with you, they tend to like in a relationship with you of some sort, they put you up on a pedestal. But if you're having situations like this, and it's clear that your body count likely has been going up, in the eyes of that man in particular, your value is going to go down. Okay? Okay. Family Value said, I mean, during the time they were talking or together. Yeah, exactly. Period. In that situation. Chantel said, telling yourself fantasies about the relationship. Exactly. Again, it's the, oh, he would make a great father. Oh, he would make a great husband. Oh, he says this. Oh, he says that. If you're not included in those plans, honey, and he has not made it clear that this is the plan moving forward that involves you, or if he's not, or if he hasn't invited you into those plans, you are not in them. You will not be in them. We understand, ladies, that men are single focused, they're practical, they're logical. Most men have plans. And again, if he has not made it clear that you are included in those plans, It's Party Lime says, from a man's perspective, a guy isn't telling other guys he's in a situationship. We describe it as easy access to sex. To women, we may describe it as that. That's game from a guy. Thank you, It's Party Line. Do you understand the difference in the way men think and women think? Women, we love to define everything in terms of relationships. Oh, well, yeah, I'm in this. Well, it's not this, but it's that. To a man, it's just, I get it wet. Yep, I get her. I got her. Yeah, man. Yeah, I got her. I've been with that. But amongst us, it's, oh, I just love him. Oh, he just made me feel this. Oh, this is and that. He would make a good this. He would make a great that. I just see us together. Oh, the trips. Oh. We have to cut the fantasies out. You have to see the forest from the trees. You have to see it like it is. You are giving him yourself, your innards, without a relationship. And he's continuously stringing you along. He's probably not going to give you that. You do not want to be in this situation, ladies. Let's keep going. Thank you for your input. It's party limes. All right. And she said, I talk a lot about femininity, and I'm assuming you're really good at resting in that place. And so she's talking about resting in her femininity. She said, but lately she's been on the defense. Okay. Make sure, because I accidentally put these out of order. So I want to make sure they're right in the right order. Okay. So she said she's been on the defense. And she says she says, I make shady comments about his affairs. So she's calling them affairs, y'all. Okay. Now, the whole time she wasn't in a relationship as she specified. But in what she's saying here, she's calling it affairs. Interesting, right? I think that's interesting. It's technically not an affair if y'all weren't in a relationship. But she's calling it an affair. That tells you that in her mind, she was in the relationship and been in the relationship and stayed in the relationship for the entire duration of the situationship that she was in. And she said, I have had an attitude more often. It's because she's not getting what she wants. Ladies, do you see yourself getting more attitudes with this man or feeling some type of way towards this man that you're in a situationship because he's not giving you what you want? It's because you need to go. That's why. You don't even need to be in that situation. And I'm just not feeling like myself. I'm craving affection and love, but I feel like it's wrong to get it anywhere else. He told me he isn't ready for a relationship, and now there's a lot of details behind this too. And now, but he questions me as if I'm his girlfriend, and it confuses me. Tell me what you guys think about this. Tell me what you guys think about this. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. She says she's craving affection and love. She's craving it from him. And she doesn't want to go anywhere else. She started off saying, I love this man. I mean, she came in like, boom, like this is it. She said, I love this man. I'm craving affection and love, but it feels wrong getting it anywhere else. It's because she has a soul tie with him. She's allowed this soul tie to fog her feelings and to fog her whereabouts. And she feels like she's cheating even though she's not in a relationship. We women, we do this. Trust me, I know. He told me he isn't ready for a relationship. He said it, ladies. When a man tells you what he wants and doesn't want, believe him. Do not think you can change him. Do not think he's going to change his mind with time. If he tells you he doesn't want a relationship, believe him the first time. And go. If he wants you, he will come and get you. He will try to get you back. I wouldn't take him back personally. But when a man tells you what he wants, especially in this case of not wanting a relationship, believe him the first time and go. Give him the space not to be in a relationship. Give him the space to do whatever he wants. To do what he wants and who he wants. When you want a relationship. You do not have time to play around with these boys. And then on top of that, he questions her as if she's his girlfriend. It's because he has a sense of ownership over her. Because of that cookie. And let me tell you, this girl, she's pretty. She's pretty. Of course, I don't know like the ins and outs. But based on this, she wants to be kept. She wants to be with this man. She wants to be in a relationship. And again, she's pretty. She could get another man, but she wants this one because she's invested time. You know, she's been intimate with him. So I understand. But this is full of confusion. It really is. Chantel says she needs to leave. Exactly. I completely agree. Bria says, God ain't the author of confusion. So girl, leave. Period. He's not. Okay. Again, a man is going to let you know if you are included in his future. And if he wants to lock you down and tie you down. He will make it clear. He will snatch you off the market. He will ask you to be his girlfriend. You will be included in his future plans. You will not be confused if this man is a husband, is marriage minded. You will not be confused. Hey, thank you so much for joining, Theo. Thank you so much. I've got 2 big wigs in here. Y'all got me nervous. No. Thank you so much for joining me, Theo. What up, though? Oh, and if you're a content creator, I need to add some mods up over here. That's what I need to do. Let me see if I can do it through here. Let's see. Let me start modding some people, y'all. I appreciate your support. Okay, here we go. Hey, got the money. Thank you so much for your $2 super chat, Theo. I greatly appreciate your support to the channel. And thank you so much to everyone who is here with me, listening to me talk. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, y'all, so let's keep on going. All right, I think we finished this one. Yeah, we did. Okay. All right. So she says, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. All right, next he says, or she says, excuse me. He wanted me to get a flight to visit him. I declined because he just wants to feel the vibe. It's been almost 5 years now. And I would like to have been in a different place with him by now. She's talking about at least engaged. We know that. She wanted to be at least engaged by now. And she confused about if she's in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship with this man. We in our early mid, like closer to mid-20s. Okay? We do not have time for this, ladies. Men have more time to play around in the streets if that's where he wants to be. Again, we do not. Ladies, you want to use your youth to obtain the best man that you can get. We are our most perky when we're young. Our skin is the best. We have the most energy. Our teeth look better. Forget all these women who are saying, oh, I'm so happy I waited until I was 30-something to actually take a man seriously. Because I know myself the best and I know how to do my hair better. Blah, blah, blah. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. That's a bad excuse. You just want to be hot. You want to be out here in these streets. Or is it you couldn't lock down the man that you wanted in your 20s? What is it really? Let me stop. What y'all talking about? Bria, you funny talking about some of your ops. Oh, thanks, Theo. I want to add some little razzle dazzle to the live stream. I got some other color flags too I'm gonna pull out. Y'all ain't ready. Bria said that is beyond a red flag. Hold on, let's bring this up. She said that is beyond a red flag. That's Clifford the Big Red Dog. 5 years, period. Yes, it is. And I used to watch Clifford the Big Red Dog. That's so funny. It really is. 5 years. Oh, goodness. She's probably had been with him since maybe like her early 20s. Maybe since or maybe 19 or something like that. Because this young lady is around my age. I think she's like a little bit younger, but not by much. Maybe like a year or two. I'm 26. That's more than a red flag. That is a Clifford the Big Red Dog sign. Okay. It's been 5 years now, and I would like to have been in a different place with him by now. Again, at least engaged. At least. Especially if they were dating like out of college, likely at least engaged. I understand like some men want to establish their careers a little bit first. Some don't wait, but some do, so I get that. I'm not interested in feeling the vibe. And that's another thing, feeling the vibe? Come on, who are we? We are not children. Girl, like, ladies, do not, if a man is saying I want to feel the vibe, no. That's such a waste of time. That's such a waste of time. 5 years, it takes 5 years to feel a vibe. No, it does not. Like, you must have had BGs or something for the first 5 years or something, because if you haven't felt this vibe, then it ain't a vibe to feel at this point. Like, come on, get real. And coming back home for him to tell me, okay, she's saying if she accepted his invitation to come and see him. So to come back home for him to tell me he isn't really ready for a relationship again, because he's already made it clear, or to find out there's more he's been hiding, or having sex without a commitment. Like, she's a smart woman, but she's letting this man bamboozle her. She's letting this man waste her time, waste her youth, waste her best years. Waste her best years. Like the video. And honestly, ladies, based on what she's saying, at least what she said so far, he knows that she's wife material. Excuse me. So, like, he doesn't want to let her go, per se. But, he also doesn't want to commit. Like, I'm confused. Like, no. Hi, Luke Hazley. Just got the notification. Better late than never. Oh, thank you so much for joining me, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me on a live stream. We are talking about situationships. I know we got some other stuff to talk about, so let me hurry up before I keep yapping. Excuse me. Let me take my water break, y'all. You know I got baby number 2 coming, so I need to hydrate. All right. She's smart. She doesn't want to go because, you know, maybe he's going to say I don't want a relationship still after 5 years. Or to find out there's more he's been hiding. Maybe other women. For all she knows, she could find some panties over there. Or maybe some girl could find her phone number and call her. One of the little biddies he's messing with. One of the little honey dips he messing with. Over where he's at. This man is playing games. To sum it all up, he says, how can I cuff you if I barely see you? And my response is, you don't have to cuff me. I just don't want to walk around thinking I'm cuffed and I'm not. That doesn't seem fair, and you got to pick a side. And how can I say I want to try a relationship again if you only want to see me for a week? We can catch a vibe, but that doesn't change much until we can see each other more often. So he's deflecting. He's trying to keep her around, but he's saying like, oh, you know, I haven't really seen you. So how can I be sure that I want to commit to you? It's been 5 years. What are you afraid of, sir? You're afraid like I'm gonna cheat? You're afraid that I'm not gonna be a good girlfriend? Like, what is it? This man wants to play around, but he also wants to keep her in his back pocket for when he's ready. That's what I feel, and like that's seriously what I think. That's what I think and feel, y'all. I'm sorry for the men, like that's what I think and feel. He is stringing her along for when he's ready. And she's like, you don't have to cuff me. I just don't want to walk around like this. Would have been time to go as soon as he said that. She said, I'm done now, but I guess I would like to know if there's a different way to look at this, or is it best to leave this man? We've created so much confusion for ourselves. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think she should leave. I know what y'all gonna say, but put a 1 in the chat if y'all think she should go. Put a 2 in the chat if you think she should stay. But we got some more screenshots. I'm gonna show you guys what I said to her as well. And this was a little while ago, so I don't even remember exactly what I said. 1 in the chat if you think she should stay. 2 in the chat if you think she should go. And let's catch up on the chat. So again, thank you so much for joining me, Luke Casely, man. The gorgeous, the beautiful. Go ahead and follow Luke Casely, guys. She's over there teaching Spanish. She's got videos saying like, Spanish in 15 minutes. Learn Spanish in 15 minutes. And she has dope content. So go ahead and head over there. Go ahead and follow Theo too. Go ahead and follow Bria. I've got a lot of content creators in my chat. So go ahead and follow. Bria, you so funny. So he never wanted a long distance relationship. Exactly. He's been playing the whole time. He want her, but he want her closer. But then again, he don't want her. Like, what? Like, what? This is confusing. Ladies, I urge you, do not stay in any confusing situation like this. Please. What did Chantel say earlier? She said she was giving some advice. She said she was in a situationship a few years ago, and it lasted 1 year. Somebody told her a year can turn into 10 years fast, and she dipped. That was so smart. Okay, so I see y'all not responding, so that means y'all just think, okay, general consensus. She should go. I think so too. You do not want to look up 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years, 15 years from now, and realize that your youth is gone, your time is gone. You have no husband, you have no children, and your heart is broken. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me, Game Dreamer. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. He said, I would always advise no one to stay in a situation like this. Exactly. A man who wants a relationship will move mountains to make this happen. Exactly. Bria, you funny. But exactly, Luke Hazley. He'll move mountains. He will make it clear. Listen, ladies. My husband asked me to be his girlfriend a month in. Listen, first date, it was just us. He said, it's just you and only you be seeing each other. After seeing each other for about 3 or 4 weeks, he asked me for a commitment. After about 3 months, he asked me to move in. I didn't move in immediately, but do you see the progression? I'm not saying it has to be as fast, because some may deem this as a quote-unquote whirlwind love, but it can and does happen this way. For example, one of my aunts, her husband told her that she was his wife. I think she told me on the 3rd date, and she was like, ha ha ha. And they've been together darn near 30 years. Again, my husband wanted a commitment out of me quickly. I'm sure because I have married women in the chat, I'm sure their husbands also made it clear rather quickly that he wanted her in his life. That is what a man will do. Luke Hazley said, yes, my husband knew I was the one on the 3rd date. Come on now. Hold on, y'all. I got another flag. Hello. A marriage-minded man will let you know. You do not need to be in this situation like this beautiful young lady. And again, y'all, if you were not here earlier for what I said, this young lady who DM'd me, she's pretty. She's pretty. She sat up here and told me, I love this man. She came out the gate saying she loves this man. And look what he's been doing to her. Come on, ladies. You want to be a wife? This is not the way. This is not the way. Okay? Thank you, Lucchese. I'm trying to give y'all a little sham. I'm going to get better with using my little sound bites and videos and stuff with time. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy y'all are entertained at least a little bit. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to what I told her. 3, 4. Let me see. So, short answer. It's best to leave him alone for good. Okay? So that was my short answer. Like, let's just get right into it. You need to leave that man alone. Let him go. Let him go to do what and who he wants to do. Do not look back, because I made it clear for good. Okay? That little boyfriend I had in college, the Lord gave me the strength to leave him. Okay? Because that man had broken my heart once. He broke up with me. And he wanted me back a week later. And I took him back. And he continued to string me along. And he broke my heart again. And then eventually, I sought the Father. Like, God, like, what's going on? Like, you know my heart towards this man. And eventually, I literally woke up. And it was like, shoo. I said, I need to let him go. Because I knew he was not going to give me what I needed. This young lady, she said she's craving love and affection from this man. And she doesn't even feel right seeking it from elsewhere, even though they haven't even been in a committed relationship. I understand that. Do not do it. So short answer, leave him alone. But let's dig into this. What Bria, what you saying? Bria said 2000s babies are taking situationships to the next level. They coined the term because because there's no commitment in this generation. Hello. Let me put the definition of situationship back up here. Let me move it over so y'all can see. Situationship, less than a relationship, but more than a booty call. A situationship refers to a romantic relationship that is and will remain undefined. Sorry if y'all can't see that. It will remain undefined. Do you want to remain in an undefined relationship? Yes or no? I wouldn't. Because an undefined relationship turns into nothing. Because it is nothing. Because it is nothing. You want to be a wife, but you're in the situationship. How is that going to work, sweetie? It's not. I understand that you love him. But guess what? You will be okay once you break that tie, once you break that soul tie. And grieve the way you need to grieve. Cry, scream, vent, listen to music. Do what you need to do, because I promise you, you will end up better on the other side. I had to learn how to love myself again. God had to show me my value, because this man stripped me of my value, of my self-esteem. I didn't think I was beautiful because I saw his eyes wandering. I thought I wasn't enough, so I tried to dress like the women who I saw him eyeing. I tried to lure him in. And with each failed attempt, I lost myself in trying to gain him. Do you hear me? Please do not allow a man to hold you captive in a situationship. Bria says, and the sad thing is that this woman is going to have to take time to heal from this confusion, which wastes more time. Yes, it does. Because again, she's around my age. She's going to have to heal because guess what? There are likely some triggers that she doesn't even know are there. I had triggers that I didn't even realize were there until my husband triggered them. So I had to heal within myself so I didn't allow this past man to ruin the relationship with the man of my present. Well, really this past boy to ruin the relationship that I had with this man in the present who has made it clear what he wanted from me. What he wanted in us. I hope y'all hear me. Lucchese says, if you value yourself, a situationship is a one-sided relationship for the most part. What will you continue to allow? Yes. A man is only going to do what you allow him to do. Uh-oh. Husband's calling me. Hold on, real quick. All right, sorry about that, guys. What will you allow? A man is only going to do what you allow him to do. If you want a relationship, make it clear. But if you keep busting it open for him, he's going to continue to take it. And busting it open without a relationship, he's going to keep taking it. And from whoever else he's taking it from. Okay? Let's move on. Come on now. Short answer, leave him alone. But allow me to preface this by saying, I know you love him, which makes leaving that much more difficult, which I completely understand. Believe me, like what I explained to you guys. But if you're not getting what you need and desire from him, which is a commitment and likely marriage, then he simply is not your husband. Grieve the way you need to. And that's a fact. And you ladies have already mentioned it. And you guys didn't even necessarily, unless you read ahead, necessarily know what I said to her. He made it clear that he doesn't want a relationship right now. Which means, what does that mean, ladies? That he doesn't want a relationship right now. That he doesn't want a relationship with you. That he doesn't want a girlfriend. He doesn't want a wife. He doesn't want a commitment in this present time. What's other ways can we say it? What's another way I can say it? He want to be single. He want to tip and dip. He want to work on himself alone. He don't want to be in a pair. He don't want to be two peas in a pod. He don't want it. He's not interested. That's what that means. Meaning, he either generally doesn't want a commitment right now, or he doesn't want to be in a commitment with you. Exactly, Bria. Right now, the present here now can't be convinced. Exactly. It's probably Lime said facts. A man won't be going nowhere. Exactly. If he said he didn't want it, he didn't want it. He don't want it. Ladies, stop trying to decode what a man is saying. Like, it cannot get more clear than what this man has already said. But you still staying. Why? Why, girl? Come on now. This is a what? Red flag, sis. This is a big old red flag. Okay? Please don't do this to yourself. Please. I beg you. Please do not do it to yourself. Okay? No problem. No problem, Theo. You can catch the replay. So again, that means, thank you, Theo. I'm trying to be fun with my little locks now. They're starting to mature, so I'm trying to be a little fun with them. Thank you. Again, he made it clear he doesn't want a relationship right now. As Bria said, right now, the present, here, now, can't be convinced, don't want it, not interested, don't want to be with you, nothing. That's what he said. That's what that means, ladies. Meaning he either generally doesn't want a commitment right now, or he doesn't want to be a commitment with you, which means it's possible that he could be interested in someone else. Someone else has piqued his interest, and he's trying to let you down softly and easily as well. But again, you're not number one. He said you're not my pick. You're not my pick. Ladies, how many ways can a man say he doesn't want you? I told her it's been 5 years, which is more than enough time for a man to know if he intends to marry a woman or not. And then I asked her, has he asked you to relocate? She said yes. And then she did send me a few voice messages, but I really can't remember what she said right now. But it just had to do with her coming over to where he is after he graduates from grad school, I think she said. And then they would start a relationship then. And I think he's gonna finish grad school like this year or next year or something like that. That's what she said. But as far as I'm concerned, that's some BS. Like, again, dude, like, come on, get real. If he hasn't committed to you by now, he's not going to. I mean, he may, but like, who wants to wait around for that? Like, he's already caused so much confusion and heart throbbing, good and bad. He's at this point, he's been playing with her emotions. He's been playing with her emotions for 5 years, y'all. 5 freaking years. I cannot get over that. Hi, Chelsea. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all just loaded me up with the compliments. Thank you. And please, especially if you're a mod, I have a lot of content creators in here. Don't hesitate to drop your link. Like, you ain't got to like wait for me to say it. Drop your link. We are here to support one another. Oh, hey, Condemnia. Hey, I didn't even see you in here. I'm sorry. Condemnia says, let me click on the comment. Uh-oh. Y'all, I'm still working out the kinks with this app. Condemnia says, yeah, that's how we say nah. But in an indirect, nice way, either her or like not her at this time. Exactly. And there was another comment I wanted to bring back up from, I think it's Party Line. Oh, he said, from a man's perspective, a guy isn't telling other guys he's in a situationship. We describe it as easy access to SEX. To women, we may describe it as that. Yeah, and women, yeah, describe this situation as situationship. So do you see this, again, do you see this contrast, ladies? If you're in a situationship, you just free access. Do you realize how low budget and low value that sounds? Yeah, bro, I'm just busting it down. Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? She fine. Yeah, I be flipping it in different ways. Come on, ladies. Like, oh my God. You do not want to be a part of this man's conversation. Because at the end of the day, if you're a man's woman, he's not going to be talking about y'all like that. Not with details. But if you just somebody to hook up with, he may be divulging some details. I don't know. I'm not a guy. But based on what I've heard, if you a man's dude, like, or if you're a man's woman, excuse me, a man is not just gonna be like talking about like, yes, you can, yes, girl, I'm so hot. I'm sorry, is it loud? Is the fan loud? Y'all, I'm burning like up, like I'm always hot. Y'all know, like, got a baby up, you know, I got a little baby up in the oven. I'm always hot. But if it's loud, let me know. I'm sorry. I thought y'all didn't notice. You called me out, Chelsea, but it's all right, girl. I still love you. I still love you, sis. But I do have the fan running. Is it loud? Let me know. But you do not want to be free access or talked about as free access. Thank you, Chelsea. All right? Do not be that girl. Chelsea's a content creator too. Don't worry, y'all. I'm not gonna always have the fan sound. I'm sorry. Y'all, bless y'all hearts. Y'all my family. Okay? Y'all not gonna let me be hot over here. Okay, let's keep going. Again, she did say that he asked her to relocate to where he is once he finished grad school and yada, yada, yada. And she talked about boundaries as well. That she set in terms of, like, she said she didn't want to move to where he is or whatever. And so I said, well, I think it's wise how you made your boundaries clear as far as where you're moving to and not moving to, especially considering his loyalty record. Again, they haven't even been committed at this point. Moreover, maybe, because again, I still wanted to be positive because I understand that situations dictate, but I did want to still be real with her. But I did say, moreover, maybe, like, big maybe, like 5%, like not a confident maybe, okay? But maybe he will be ready to stop playing with you. But who's to say he won't play if he does in fact move? So somebody was moving, I can't remember. And I said that's unsettling. Because I understand those are thoughts that come in women's minds. Like, well, maybe he will commit. And it's possible. But, like, who wants to wait around, like, and risk that? I think that the probability is so low with that. And it's just, again, unsettling, as I said. It's unnerving. It's unsettling. It's still confusing. Because you just never know. People relocate to other states for people all the time because they were going to talk about relocating to another state. This is not another city. This is a whole nother state that they're talking about relocating to. Okay? If he actually moves directly after graduation, then he may be ready. But how long will it take for him to commit? Personally, I was in a situationship where the guy had me and another woman, but I felt as if I was another choice. So I continued to allow him to string me along. Once I decided I was done, that was when I met my husband shortly after. So I wanted to be transparent with her to get her to understand where she was coming from. But I also wanted her to understand that maybe she's blocking herself from her husband. And she need to let that go. Because I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Party Line, you said I got a snack and left and came back using a moderator. You're so funny. Like, again, you may be blocking yourself from your husband. My husband, like, so once I started seeing my husband, like, literally, like, the dude was still, like, texting me and stuff. Because, like, I wasn't, like, putting my phone on Do Not Disturb and stuff like that. It was just, like, I would just put my phone down on the table. And if I got a call or a text, it just popped up, right? So, my husband was seeing the dude's name pop up on my phone. And he checked that real quick, like, I see dude's name coming up on your phone. So, I'm going to need you to handle that. And I handled it. I cut him off quick. I told him, like, stop hitting me up. Like, leave me alone. Stop. Cut it out. No. Rhea said this is probably why people don't ask me this type of stuff. God gave me a tough love spirit. I mean, hey, that's all right. Sometimes I can be a little bit more cutthroat, but other times I do try to add, a little bit more in there because I just understand. We understand that women are a little bit more sensitive, but it's all right. Your audience will find you, cutthroat or not. If he is serious about you and your future together, he will invest in you, give you his provision, his foresight, talk about having children, his protection, his leadership, his order, and validation that you will not have to question. These are the signs. I'm going to say this again, ladies. If he is serious about you and your futures together, he will invest in you, aka give you his provision, protection, his foresight. He will discuss having children with you. He will provide his order. Even from a distance, he will provide order and validation that you will not have to question. That is what a husband will do. He will not leave you confused. If you are confused in your situation, even if it is a relationship, even if he is your boyfriend, if you're still confused as to where you are in the relationship or where you two are going in the relationship, and it's especially if it's been some years, and I wouldn't even wait to get to years, to be honest. You need to be asking some questions, because that means you probably gonna need to start making your exit. I do not care what y'all have built together. I do not care the time and the quote unquote investment you've given him. If he is confusing you, if it is not clear that he wants you in his future, especially if you want to be a wife, if you want to be his wife and he has not made it clear, let it go, baby girl. You are trying to become a wife. You're not trying to become a live-in 20-year girlfriend. That's foolishness. Him giving you his time and resources, as in money and knowledge, those are other signs. These are the signs, ladies, that a man will give you that will take away the confusion. What else did I say? I said, lastly, you are adults. It's time to have direct adult conversations for the future. If he cannot have those conversations with you, whether he moves or not, but especially if he does, then he will continue to waste your time. And again, this girl is a pretty girl. If this situation ends, it's his loss, not yours. Okay? You want to be the girl who got away. Don't be trying to stick around again in the hope of him changing his mind. That is such a waste of time. A real man is not going to waste your time, but a boy will. Boys play. Men don't. I hope you hear me. Breakups, ladies. Let's move on to breakups. If a man says that he needs a break, let me put this the definition of situationship back up here. If a man says he wants a break, it's a breakup. It's a breakup. I'm not saying go out here and hop on somebody else. But what I am saying is, be honest with yourself. A man who truly wants you and sees your value is not going to break up with you over some like low level reason. If a man wants a break or breaks up with you, let him go. Let him go. Men are very calculated. Men are practical. Men are logical. So that means he's thought through the situation. He's thought through breaking up with you. He's weighed the pros and cons in terms of being with you and not being with you. Wanting you and not wanting you. So if a man has come to the point where he's breaking up with you, it's on purpose. Believe him. And allow that man to stay in the past. Ladies, remember, we are marriage minded. So let your past remain in the past. Do not allow exes to continue to come in and out of your life. I don't care, especially if y'all are laying down with each other. I do not care. Oh, he know my body best. Blah, blah, blah. Girl, cut that out. Cut that out. Running back and forth between bodies that know you. Girl, bye. That is so trifling and tacky. If you want to be a wife, you cannot allow these men to continue to break you off. Because he's not your husband, so he's literally chipping away at you. Doop, 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 doop. And that soul tie is becoming stronger and stronger. And you're becoming weaker and weaker for his phone call, for his text, for his knock on the door. No, ma'am. Let me tell y'all something. I had a conversation with a man who's married. And there were some red flags that he ignored from his wife prior to them getting married. She was still in communication with the ex. He found text messages, and apparently she was going home to quote unquote visit her family, but she neglected to mention that the ex had moved back into the town, into the city where she's from. He picking her up from the airport. Years later, this couple have had a child. The married couple, the man who I'm talking to discussing with the situation about, they had a child. After the child was still young, once the child was still young, he found some more text messages and some conversations between his wife and her girlfriends. Some more years later, he's still finding text messages, and they've been married darn near a decade. Okay, he saw signs before they got married. Year 1, year 2, 3, 5, 7, and now he saw all of these red flags that he ignored. I know I'm talking about a woman, but we're talking about exes now. What did I say? Keep your exes in the past. This man is a good man. This man is a stable man. This man has built a family with this woman. And what is she doing? Wishing that he was the Pookie who she's still messing with and still wants. Ladies, this woman got wiped up and she is still acting like a H-E-A-U-X. A hoe. She is emotionally cheating and likely physically cheating, if once she was going home and stuff, on her loyal husband. And he asked me, he's like, I just really want a perspective from another woman. I said, I'm really sorry to tell you this. Oh, let me say, he also she apparently deactivated her Facebook, and it was all of a sudden reactivated, and they sitting at home, and they're sitting next to each other, and she got a privacy screen and her phone all canted over and stuff. Gonna find out, again, she's hitting up the other guy. Leave it alone. Stop allowing these exes back into your life. This man clearly doesn't want nothing out of this woman but some tail. And this woman is married. Do you understand how disrespectful that is? Ladies, if a man is hitting you up knowing that you have a boyfriend, knowing that you're in a serious committed relationship, that is a problem. That is disrespectful. That man is likely a problem. Do you think he's going to be committed to you if he knows you're in a committed relationship, but he's still hitting you up trying to see what you own, trying to pull up? Do you think he's going to be committed to you if he actually gets into a commitment with you? No. This woman is allowing a man in the past. Yes, Rennie, they're married. Hey, baby girl. Thank you. I'm trying to be new. I'm trying to do a new hairstyle. Situationship is so funny. It sounds confusing because it is confusing. I'm put the definition back up here for those who don't know what it is. Allow your exes to stay in the past. An ex is an ex for a reason. They exited for a reason. This woman is allowing an ex who she clearly still has a soul tie with ruin her marriage. But again, I told this man, I'm sorry to break it to you, but she wishes you were him. She wishes that he was the committed man, was the man who wanted to be kept. She wishes she was with him instead of you. But guess what? She's quote unquote settled for you because you were giving her what she wanted. A relationship, a commitment, a marriage, a stable home, a family. Ladies, that's trifling. You do not want to be in that situation. If you have exes still in your phone hitting you up and texting you, and you want to be a wife, like a legit married woman who wants a lasting marriage and relationship, you have to let those things go. You better pray, read your Bible, go see some ministers, something, whatever you do to cut off these soul ties from these men. Understand, this is pair bonding. She pair bonded with this man. He is the strongest bond with her. To the point where she doesn't even care about her husband and their child and her husband's feelings, although he has cried and asked her for honesty. It's because she don't want to break up the marriage, but in the day she don't want that man. Ladies, come on. And then these are the type of women who ruin things for good women like you, who actually want to be faithful, who actually don't have baggage like that, who actually want a family and a commitment and relationship with a good man, with a wholesome man. Hit the like button, y'all. Exactly, Rennie. Let it go. Bria said something now. She wants the idea of marriage. Hello. Hello. Let it go. Let that man go. Throw him away. Throw him away. You hear me? Y'all, it's glitching. There we go. Throw that man away. Let him go. As Bria said, she wants the idea of marriage. Clearly, she played a good role. But now, y'all know that meme. I forget what. I think it was like from a Cleveland Brown show or Family Guy or something, where it was used as a meme where it said black people once they get home from work or something, or get off work, from using their white person voice or something like that, and it was like them like unzipping themselves, and it from like a white person's skin, a black person. It was something like that. But basically that's what she did. Chameleon zip. That's who she really is. That's who she really was. That man never went anywhere. That man stayed up in her phone. Ladies, you can ruin relationships. You can ruin men like this. Let a breakup be a breakup. Let an ex be an ex. These people have to stay in the past. Any woman, I'm sorry, I'm saying, you may call this judgmental or whatever. But when women say, yeah, I stay cool with my exes. Yeah, I'm still cool with my exes. I'm kind of like, suspicious. I'm sorry, but ain't nobody who been up in here or been up in my phone still has access. Because that allows for the devil, for Satan, for that serpent to slither back into your life. Please hear me. That is a dangerous game. And guess what I told this man? I said, listen. I asked him, I said, and I'm gonna get to this super chat. I said, listen. How long? Because again, they've been married almost 10 years. How long is long enough? When is enough going to be enough? Yes, you want your family, but they've got a child. And you don't want this child to become this, to emulate this same behavior and ruin a relationship and ruin a good man. This is a generational curse. You do not want this child to see this, and you do not want this child to become this. Ladies, understand that when you become married, it is not about you. When you have children, it is not about you. This is a selfish woman if she is allowing a past man who clearly didn't actually want her, but for what she got, but for her tail. She's allowing this man to ruin her life. But you know what? My thing is, let her. Wow, y'all. Condemned you came through, y'all. Hold on, let me. I'm gonna have to come up with some type of real I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna get better with the sound bites, y'all. Thank you, sir, with a $100 super chat. He said, I was interested in a woman who I went to college with and hadn't heard from in 6 years. When I finally did, she told me she was just doing situationships. I realized at that moment there was no chance of an actual relationship with her. I had to move on. Dang, I am so sorry that happened to you. Because clearly, you said you were interested and you're in this space, so that means, you at least want a commitment. You want a family. I perceive you to be a good man. I be seeing you over in Miss Maggie's channel, Mona's channel. Hey, Mona. I see you in this space, which means I perceive you to be a good man. And you said you was interested in her, hadn't heard from her in 6 years, so that means you were interested in college. So you said that, and you hadn't heard from her, and on top of that, she said she was only doing situationships. This is you, condemn you. This is you. This was her. That means she been ran through. That's why he said at that moment he knew there was no chance in an actual relationship with her. That's because she was probably pairbonded with hella dudes. Condemn you. I hope you find a good woman, a good, beautiful woman who's loyal and who gonna have as many babies as you want. I hope that for you. I pray that for you. Ladies, there are so many good men out here. Do not believe what these women are saying. Where are the good men at? Men ain't ish. Men ain't leaders. Men ain't this, ain't that. No, really, it's women ain't this and ain't that. Y'all ain't this and ain't that. So you're not attracting good men who are actual leaders, who are providers, who are good men. Ding dong, sis. Ding freaking dong. It's you. not men. Dang. I hope the best for you, sir. I really do. But guess what?
She belongs to the streets.
And he left her there. Okay. Okay. As you should have. And again, thank you for your donation, sir. I really appreciate it. That's my first and biggest donation ever. Thank you. You are today's show sponsor. And like all of you, thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. Well, that is all I have. I think my steam has ran out. That was a perfect little extra little lesson from Condemngia. There are good men out here. But guess what? If you are displaying that you've been ran through and you want to be out here playing games, that is so unattractive to good men. Oh, and another thing. Just because you can get a man to lay with you doesn't mean you can get a man to marry you. Those are two different things. Just because you cute don't mean the quote-unquote six-figure man who busts you down is gonna get down on one knee. That is not the same. Well, that is all I have. The truth has been signed, sealed, and delivered by yours truly. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like the content you see, then please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads or when I go live. Please share this with a young lady who you care about and who you think may benefit from this information. Everyone, I love you, and I thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.